Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another IntyCenter Whip Around FODUESS. And for those of you who don't know, when I do these shorter weeks with only 3 games per team, I don't do any of the stuff in thread as far as the game of the week, but I do hit on every single game during IntyCenter. So let's jump right into it. And we'll start off with Denny Driscoll. He tosses a complete game, gives up 1 run on 6 hits. That helps the Bandwagoners get a series opening win over Amazings, 5-1. And we had a 5-run 6th inning that was highlighted by everyone's favorite person to hate, Cap Anson, hitting a grand slam. That's got Game of Throws up 5-2 heading into the 8th. But a 2-run double from Joe Mauer, followed by Mauer scoring on a wild pitch, tied the game. A solo homer from George Sizzler and a 3-run homer from Babe Herman put up 4 in the 9th. San Diego beats the Throws 9-5. 2 runs on 8 hits across 7 innings. Sandy Koufax, that'll get the job done. The Demon Bags beat the Enhancers 7-2. Ron Santo homered. Roger Connor drove in a pair of runs. The Gales in November top Atlanta 4-2. A 7-run 2nd inning for brand new ball players knocked Dizzy Dean out of this one early. Brand new ball players would lead 8-1, 10-4. They would have to hang on late to get the 10-7 win. The free fallers send Jim Thome to the plate as a tying run, but Jonathan Papelbon strikes him out. Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken Jr., they each homered. Albuquerque drops Bleach 6-2. Let's Play 2 got 3 runs off Juan Padron in the 1st inning and then nothing the rest of the way. Doc White and Mark Pryor combined for 2 hitless innings of relief. Sithy win the opener 5-3. Jack Matchett went 8 innings, giving up 1 run on 7 hits. Dazzy Vance went 8 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, and they both get no decisions because we would need 11 innings to decide game 1 of Birmingham versus Seattle. And it's a Bill Dickey sac fly scoring Eddie Collins that gives the 2-1 win to the Pilots. We were tied at 2 in the 8th inning of the 2nd game between the Demon Bags and the Enhancers. A Frankie Frisch RBI single and a 2-run double from Honus Wagner put the Enhancers ahead, and a game-ending GIDP from the pinch-hitting Jamie Foxx was all she wrote. The Enhancers win that one 5-2. Now, we had plenty of drama at Nationals Park. A sac fly in the 7th from Kirk Gibson ties that game at 3. 3 batters later, a wild pitch puts Reseda ahead 4-3. But in the bottom of the 7th, a sac fly from Ricky Henderson ties it at 4. A 2-run homer from Robin Yount in the bottom of the 8th puts the ball players ahead 6-4. Reseda brings the tying run to bat, but Kenny Lofton flies out and brand new ball players escape with that 6-4 win. Hey, we had 6 different Gales drive in a run. We also had Christy Mathewson go 8 innings, give up 2 runs on 8 hits. That adds up to a 6-2 win for the Gales of November as they beat Atlanta Autumn. Frank Home Run Baker and Charlie Smith had consecutive run-scoring doubles to flip a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 lead. Game of Throws keeps San Diego off the board from there, and they get that 3-2 win. Amazing. Going to read this box score and scream, "Welcome back, Willie!" Willie Keeler got an RBI single in the 3rd to put Amazings up on the Bandwagoners. And behind 8 innings from Bill Foster, they downed every city 6-2. Hey, if you dig the long ball, you would have really dug Burning Strangers of Bleach versus Albuquerque, all-seeing Angels of Hernandez. We got homers from Babe Ruth, Jim Edmonds, Marquise Grissom, my grandmother, David Justice, Eddie Matthews, and Gary Sheffield as the Burning Strangers of Bleach take that one 9-4. Jesse Tannehill was lifted 1 out away from a complete game shutout. He gave up 7 hits in his 8 2/3 innings, and Stone Temple Seattle Pilots take down Birmingham Shack Barons 4-0. And in the game of the day, Mario Soto gave up 1 run on 4 hits, and Doc White tossed 2 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. And Soto and Sithy took the loss because we got the best scoreline in baseball, 1-0, thanks to 7 shutout innings from Max Scherzer and one hit relief from Jeff Reardon and Bruce Sutter. A fifth inning, Ross Barnes' RBI single was the only run between the Pilots and Shaq heading into the eighth inning. In the top of the eighth, a solo homer from Ted Williams made it 2-0 to the Shaq Barons, but a two-run single from George Davis in the bottom of the inning tied it at 2. In the ninth, Cal McVeigh reaches on an error. He scores on a walk-off single from Augie Galan. The Pilots sweep the Barons with that dramatic 3-2 win. Hey, this one was almost comeback of the century. Amazings were up on the bandwagoners 7-1 heading into the ninth. But later on in that inning, a one-out, two-run double from Lou Gehrig made it 7-5. The next batter, Bryce Harper, had a sac fly to make it 7-6. Reggie Jackson stepped to the plate and just got under a pitch from Edwin Diaz. Instead of a dramatic go-ahead homer, it was a flyout to Ty Cobb to end the game. Amazings hang on for the 7-6 win. And it's feeling like it's going to be that kind of year for heels. Again. Tim Belcher, he tossed 6 2/3 innings of two-hit, one-run baseball. Rob Dibble got his fifth save. Reseda Free Fallers beat the brand new ball players 3-1, thanks to homers from Kenny Lofton and Roy Campanella. Mickey Cochrane hit a go-ahead homer in the eighth to put the Gales of November up 4-3 on Atlanta. But the questionable in his actual existence, Bob Fothergill, got a two-out RBI single in the top or the bottom of the ninth to tie it up and send it to extras. The Gales, though, would turn this into about as non-dramatic as an extra inning win can be. They score 4 in their half of the 10th. They win it 8-4. They sweep Atlanta, and they keep themselves with the best record in FODUESS. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Eddie Plank made Sithy walk the plank all game. He tossed a complete game. He gave up 1 run on 7 hits. Frank Chance hit a homer. Let's Play 2 beat Sithy 5-1. John Clarkson's only real blemish was an 8th inning 2-run homer by Cal Ripken Jr. He went the distance, giving up those 2 runs on 6 hits. Joe DiMaggio drove in 3 runs, and the Burning Strangers of Bleach take down Albuquerque 5-2. Hey, performance enhancers will be wondering what if, as they got 11 hits off Corbin Burns in 6 innings and turned those 11 into exactly 0 runs. Cliff Lee tossed 3 no-hit innings in relief, and they get blanked 3-0 by the Demon Bags. Dick Allen, Larry Walker, and Scott Rowland combined to have 12 men left on base. And I got to say, the last time there was that much potential scoring all squandered, DP4M was getting his Amex declined at the Bunny Ranch. Finally, we're going to talk about that box score of doom I posted in the thread, wherein Hack Wilson drove in 5 runs and a loss, wherein Johnny Wright gave up 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning and got the win. Down 10-7 entering the ninth, an RBI single from Lefty O'Doul and a grand slam from Wilson put San Diego up 12-10. Only for Harry Heilman to walk it off with a grand slam in the bottom of the inning. Somebody called Jason Stark, and I mean it, really. Go to every social media that Jason Stark is on, tag him, tell him about our game. I think he would absolutely love it. He might register for the boards, show up, and start playing the game next season. Guys, let's go shoot our shot and try to make this happen. But seriously, I want to know if there's ever been a game, I seriously doubt there ever has been, with a go-ahead grand slam in the top of the ninth or an extra innings, followed by a walk-off grand slam in that same inning. Gods and goddesses alike, bless FODUESS. Before I sign off, I was checking some leaderboards. Want to call out a few things here. First, we're 15 games into the season. We're down to 5 position players who have started all 5 games. So far, that's Carl Yastrzemski, Ron Santo, Elmer Flick, Roger Connor, and of course, Lou Gehrig. But what I really want to call out is the absurdity on the early season ERA plus leaderboard. Let me read you the top 5. We got Jesse Tannehill with an ungodly 291, Clayton Kershaw with an unbelievable 299, Eddie Plank with a fantastic, marvelous 351, Lefty Grove with a sensational 370, and they are all completely left in the dust by Pedro Martinez, who so far has a 9 96 ERA plus. I don't know how that's possible, but it's happening. That's going to do it for IntyCenter. We'll see you next time for random shade being thrown at DP4M, for some jokes about it no longer being heels year, and of course, for another whip around, FODUESS.